This is homework number 10, the last homework in the course MECH4259, the computer engineering course for the summer of 2022. It is involving a design table for an assembly. The table is given here, and the assembly is made of the yellow piece and the gray piece. Okay, and the dimensions are L, H, and L. R, L, H, and beta are pertaining to the dimensions that you see in this diagram. Now, there are some comments that are made here. You have to respect these. So this edge must be tangent to that circular arc, and the center of the arc must be coincident with the center of the square that you see up there. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to create that Excel spreadsheet. So H is an R in inches. Do not forget these units next to it, L inches. And there's an angle, beta, which is going to be in degrees. And then we're going to populate the part. I'm not specifying the part name or material, so we don't have that. We're just going to have these dimensions. So 5, let me put these things in that table. So it's going to be 5, 1.5, 1, 60, should 60 degrees obviously, and then there's 4, 1.5, 0.5, and 75 degrees. Finally, the last row is going to be 4, tab 0.5, tab 0.1, and 90 degrees. Okay, so we're going to save this thing, file, save as. We're going to put it on the desktop, on my desktop, make a new folder. This is going to be homework 10, which is incidentally is the same for both sections, morning and afternoon. I'm going to close this thing, and then we're going to go to CATIA and make the nominal part. So immediately we save this thing, file, save management, save as, that folder which was called homework 10. Let's see homework 10 right there. I'm going to insert my first part, insert a new part. Let's see now. Insert a new part in there. Let's make this thing. Now I'm going to call this first one, by the way, just so that I can keep track of this yellow piece. Yellow, yellow, and yellow. Okay, let's do it. Double click on that so that we can make the part. On a convenient plane, on that vertical plane, I will sketch a square, or actually let's call it a centered rectangle right now. So it's going to be, this is going to be dimension, this is going to be dimension, because at some point I'm going to say that is equal to this, okay? And then let's do the inside piece. So the inside piece consists of, let me draw the circle. We're going to clean it up. Or how about the arc? Centered here. Okay. Excuse me. And then we clean it up. So it's going to be go up. This is tangent, and then it goes down there. Okay. So this is supposed to be representing that piece. Okay. Let's dimension these things. So dimension this. This is going to be eventually R, and this angle is going to be beta. Let me see what else do we have here, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Yes. Okay. So exit and be padded. For now, that's okay. Then, oh, this was supposed to be yellow, right? Properties. I'm going to change this thing to yellow. Graphics, yellow. Okay. And then we're going to go up there, insert a new part in there. And I'm going to call this thing gray. Right click properties, and we're going to call this thing gray, and gray, which means G-R-E-Y. No, I'm not 100% sure. Double click on that, and a convenient plane on that same vertical plane. I will sketch, but I will draw it on the side here, or maybe I hide this actually, and then make something that resembles that shape in the middle. Oh, I think this has to be this control that, and make it coincident because I went a little bit further up than what I was supposed to. And then the rest of it. The rest of it is just a line here, which obviously is going to be tangent, and then goes down there. All right, let's dimension this. This is going to be R at some point, and this angle is going to be beta. Exit and path. Path. Okay. So if you bring the other one into the picture, right click property, oops, I didn't show, you're going to see them like that. Okay. So let's actually move them apart so that we can see better what's going on. Let's go all the way to the top, save the assembly, and then move them apart. I like this manipulate icon. So let's move it in the, yeah, maybe a little bit to the, at this point I'm not going to worry about constraints, I'll do that later on, okay? Good. So let's go back here and into right there into design table. We're going to use existing design table, this radio button. I've not discussed this bottom one in this course this summer. So let's go up there. It's going to be homework on my desktop. It was homework something. Homework 10. There's my spreadsheet. I bring it in. And Katia is going to ask me whether I want to automatically associate anything in my Excel spreadsheet and anything in the database. The answer is I can say yes, but nothing is going to be associated for sure because I haven't done any rename. So go association. What Katia is telling me is that these things appear in the Excel spreadsheet and it has no clue how they're related to models. So I have to do that manually. So if I click on the top, I want to do a few things. First of all, I want to say that this radius is equal to that radius. Okay, so why don't I do the following? Just close this, say okay. So the design table is still there. You can see that. The design table is still there. However, I want to introduce some equations. So you go to f of x, click on the very top. I want to say that this dimension, add a formula equal to that dimension, that radius, and that angle up there, this angle up there, add a formula equal to this angle. So I don't have to worry about that other piece because those are related to the one that's over here. And we say, okay, good. Notice that these two equations are created right beneath the design table. If you double click on the design table, this guy pops up and I go and associate things manually. So one other thing that I forgot to do is, let me cancel that. I wanted to say that this dimension is equal to that dimension. So if you go back to f of x and click on the product, I want to say this dimension, add a formula equal to that dimension on the top. Later on, I'm going to say dimension on the top is actually my, I believe, h, right? I believe my h. Okay, so I forgot to do that before. I needed three equations and I got it. So now we're going to go to design table and associate these things manually. Okay, so click on the top, so the dimension pops up. This guy, I want to associate it with h. Yeah. Look at the diagram. This h, okay, this is a square, so I want to associate that dimension with h. associate. I want to associate this radius with R, this angle associated with beta, and finally the padded length, which is this, uh, associated with oh, L. Let me close this thing. So basically, I made the association, but I just noticed something that in this particular problem, I wanted these to have the same length. That being that I can say that this is equal to L. Okay, uh, not really it's equal to L, but it's an equation. You click on it, so you see what I mean. Okay, the padded length here, and if I don't see it there, just click on the maybe. Let me see. The pad must be somewhere here. Pad. Okay, must be hiding somewhere. Let me change the rendering to. Did I? Oh yeah, right there. I can see that right there. This add formula equal to equal to equal to this. Okay, very good. Okay, so hopefully everything is all right. Let's go ahead to third rendering right there. Excuse me. Double click on the design table. Let's move this thing out of the way. So this is the first one. Apply. If nothing, obviously nothing changes because this is an assembly. So let me go to assembly design and update. They will change and they will fit together. Let's go to the next row. This one, apply and update. Where's the update? All right, I can do it from here. They fit together. And one more time. Last one, apply, update, and they fit together. The only thing that I need to do is the assembly constraint. So actually, let me go and go to the first row. It's easier to do it with the first row. Apply, update. Okay, good. So what do I mean by that? Assembly constraints. I go there. Assembly design. First of all, I'm going to anchor this. I'm going to anchor that. And coincidence between this face and that face. Coincidence between, let's see if I can do I can do, for example, this face with that face. Let's see if it works. Okay, good. Can I rotate these things and update and everything goes back? For example, let's do this. Let's do that. A little bit of translate. And if I update, they should go back to where they are. And they don't. So I need one more constraint. You do some marks if you don't do this. A coincidence between this face and that face. Okay, update. All right, good. Now let's do some wild manipulation. This and then rotate like that. Rotate like so. So, and I'm sure if it update, it will go back to the position. Otherwise, you have to do more work. Yep, very good. So we have done the problem. This is your homework, the last homework. Remember, let's go to the other row. Apply and update. Well, this is the row that we already have. Second one, apply. Wait a minute. Update. Yeah, good. All right, so remember on the final exam, there are 4 variations of the part-time problems that we did last 2 weeks. There is a part which can be parameterized or done with a design table. There's an assembly which can be parameterized or done with design table. And that